Will Thailand ever recover from the COVID-19 outbreak? The world is still being shaken by the COVID-19 pandemic. Most countries are still really struggling to contain the outbreaks, and this is having devastating consequences for those countries affected. In this video, we discuss the latest news on how Thailand is going in their fight against the virus and what is the long-term prognosis for the country. Before we start, if you enjoy the content, can I ask you to subscribe and share this video as it really helps the channel. Also, make sure you press the bell icon so you know when future videos are uploaded. Thailand obviously is a country that heavily relies on tourism and is probably the main employer in the country. The pandemic has had a devastating effect on the people and businesses in Thailand. With daily cases approaching 20,000, Thailand is in the grip of the devastating effects of the pandemic. The high baht and the ever-changing laws that the government keep implementing has put Thailand on the back burner for many prospective travellers. Tourism numbers have been decimated as the world has basically stopped travelling. The COVID-19 virus has brought the tourism industry to its knees. With borders of most countries still closed and the rules to get into Thailand still very strict, tourists who would still love to travel to the Southeast Asian country simply cannot. Thailand is a country that has no pension system or social security, unlike a lot of Western countries, but the government did introduce a stimulus package for salary workers. But this was only a short-term fix, and none of that made its way to the many workers in the entertainment industry. For the majority of locals, if there is no income, then they are unable to pay their bills or may even struggle to eat. Thailand is a Buddhist country, so one thing about the Thai people is they will help each other and share in times of need. Tourism cities like Pattaya, Phuket, Chiang Mai, Koh Samui, etc. are still really struggling at the moment. They are like ghost towns. Expats and benefactors are trying to help by donating money and food. But what are their futures going to be like if travellers cannot return? The Thai government introduced the sandbox scheme in Phuket, but this hasn't worked as of yet. They have discussed having travel hubs with certain countries, but nothing has come to fruition as of yet. The problem there is, will confidence return to travellers from Western countries to want to travel back to Thailand? Money is going to be tight for everyone. Will the Chinese tourist dollars return? Will the Thai government implement measures to attract tourists back to Thailand? Will the Thai baht stay strong? The baht is becoming weaker, which will help for travellers in the future. Personally, I think, along with many countries in the world, Thailand and its people are in a lot of trouble. Equality are at extremes in Thailand, with the richest 1% owning over 60% of the wealth. Poverty is something that has been improving over the years, but poverty will return to a vast portion of the population. It could be many years before things get back to normal. And what is the new normal? The world's economy is in a lot of trouble, and going on holidays and travelling could be something that, as part of the new normal, will be difficult to do. As a traveller myself, and not being able to leave Australia, it has become very frustrating, but I am lucky at the moment to live in a country which is managing the virus okay, and my income has not been affected much. I long to be able to return to Thailand and experience the people and culture, but I fear that may not happen anytime soon and maybe will not be able to ever return. Will vaccines be the solution to enable travel to return to Thailand and Southeast Asia? I fear for the Thai people. Will the government be able to cope with the tough times ahead? I hope so, for Thailand's sake.